Hi, I'm Arian Wessel, Education Specialist at the Global Partnership for Education. Education sector planning is a critical activity for all education partners. That is why the Global Partnership for Education has put it at the core of its 2016-2020 strategic plan. We believe that improving education sector planning and policy implementation is a path to improved and more equitable learning outcomes and increased equity, gender equality, and inclusion. Along with other support tools and mechanisms, the independent appraisal of an education sector plan or transitional education plan is an important element for ensuring the final quality of a plan. It should be based on two foundations. First, the independence of appraisers so that governments leading and partners involved in the plan's development are informed by an external and neutral objective perspective on its strengths and weaknesses as it is being developed. Secondly, the plan's appraisal should be based and founded on a coherent and consistent methodological approach with clear quality standards against which to assess the quality of the draft plan and for making accurate recommendations on possible improvements. This course is an attempt to ensure that independent appraisers of education sector plans understand and use this common approach. In December 2015, the GPE Board of Directors requested a strengthened appraisal process for countries applying for financing. In order to strengthen the assessment of education plans, the board decided two things. First, that the use of the appraisal guidelines developed jointly by the UNESCO International Institute for Educational Planning and the Global Partnership for Education would become mandatory to perform appraisals. And second, that experts who conduct appraisals would be required to receive training on these guidelines in order to ensure better consistency and improved quality of appraisals conducted in developing partner countries. In efforts to develop accessible and just-in-time training, UNESCO IIEP and the GPE have developed an updated, standalone training on the GPE IIEP guidelines for education plan appraisal. Therefore, I'm happy to welcome you to this revised version of the GPE IIEP online training on the independent appraisal of education plans. We hope and believe that the time you will spend on completing this training will be a productive and rewarding investment for you and for the country partners and educational stakeholders you work with. The Global Partnership for Education has found it natural to develop this training jointly with IIEP, with whom the appraisal guidelines were developed starting in 2012, and who have tremendous experience in both planning and training. I hope this training will be an opportunity for you to learn from our diverse and growing experience, and that the practices and lessons on appraisal presented will be useful for you and will contribute to better planning and ultimately better results in education. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Anton de Grauwe. I am the head of the Technical Cooperation Team at the International Institute for Educational Planning. I am pleased as well to welcome you to this online training. In developing this training, we have taken different options. First, this is designed as an introductory training. It provides an overview of the major steps in the appraisal process. It examines in quite some detail the appraisal guideline for both education sector plans and transitional education plans. However, the appraisal process is not simply a technical process where guidelines can be very helpful. It is also a process with complex relationships where the various parties have very different interests and at times contradictory expectations. A single set of guidelines cannot cover this complexity, neither can an introductory course. This is not to say that the course does not pay attention to these issues. As you will see, we thought it wise to explore the various challenges that might be faced when undertaking the appraisal of an education plan. We will address, for instance, the question of the accountability of the appraiser, the political economy of the exercise. But this remains an introductory course. It will give you a grounding in the GPE process for appraising education plans. but it will not build the whole set of skills needed to become an expert appraiser. Second, we designed this course as a fully online training package. We chose to do so in order to remove all time and schedule constraints. Each participant can start and complete it at any time. The course is self-paced to make it easier for consultants to fit the training in what is usually a busy and rather unpredictable schedule. Of course, there is a downside to this course design. In particular, the lack of interaction among participants taking the course at the same time, the absence of an instructor who is present to guide the course to completion. We have done our best to compensate for this by creating a series of dynamic online modules featuring interactive lessons, a variety of interesting self-assessment exercises that use different media and that were developed by appraisal experts. The interactive lessons will provide you with the basic concepts, processes, or the notions associated with plan appraisal. The self-assessment exercises will invite you to delve deeper into the pragmatic challenges that the appraisal of an ESP or a TEP entails. In most cases, you will be able to compare your own insights and your strategies to model answers by experts who have been in the trenches, so to speak. While this online course will not allow you to meet in reality or virtually other participants, it will give you the opportunity to learn from others by reading their responses to exercises. We expect the users of this platform to come from different backgrounds and to have a wide range of experiences. And consulting the thoughts and the writing of other users can therefore be a genuine source of enrichment. The more you invest in these activities, the more you will get out. In order to validate your completion of the training, we will ask that you make a good attempt at the various self-exercises, and that you score a minimum grade in a small number of online quizzes. In order now to proceed with the rest of the training, we invite you to read the instructions on the learning platform. You can follow the lessons and activities in any order you like, but of course we recommend you follow them in the order we created for you. But you can skip over sections you think you master already. Please note that the quizzes, however, will address all topics in the course. I wish you an interesting and a successful learning journey.